Guys, what's going on? My name is Wet Magic, and welcome to the Vermintide 2 Best Bot tier list. That's right, all the current classes are going to get ranked in order of bot performance. So starting off in D tier, Bounty Hunter. Bounty Hunter is the worst possible bot you could take in the game. He'll die in the first 5 minutes of the map. I can almost guarantee that. Yes, he can help out with monsters and whatnot, but he won't live that long. So he's effectively useless. Never take him as a bot. Garbage. Also down in D tier, Foot Knight. You would think Foot Knight would be pretty good, but he's not. He gives you some damage reduction, but he takes so much damage, and he doesn't really, like, bots don't normally really do that much damage anyway, but Foot Knight kind of does even less because he's a tank by nature. So he's not really adding much to the team that way if he's just going to die. So yeah, D tier for you, Foot Knight. Also in D tier, Pyromancer. Sienna bots are kind of strange. If you give them a conflag staff, they will just wave it around in your face, nearly blinding you for the entire map. So don't ever do that. If you're gonna take a Sienna bot, take a fireball staff or a bolt staff. Thank me later. But Pyromancer is kind of also useless as a bot because bots don't really manage overcharge, guys. They don't build up overcharge and keep that high threshold for like max crit chance. They'll just attack with like maybe a little bit or none, you know? So you're not getting the full use out of Pyromancer in any possible way. So she's just, no, D tier, bad. And then also in D tier, the newest class, Outcast Engineer. It's not really anything against the guy. He's just really squishy. He pulls out his Catling gun, much like the way an Ironbreaker pulls out a Drake gun and just kind of randomly will shoot it off, at nothing for no reason sometimes. He doesn't know how to use it as a bot, So these are kind of the worst four. Bumping up to C tier, I've actually got Battle Wizard. Now she's a step above Pyromancer, I think, pretty much just because she has her dash. Like if you want a bot that can, in a split second, just kind of clear out everything in an emergency situation for you, Battle Wizard can do that. Only problem is she's still really squishy. She's got low health. She's got, all of her melee weapons have, not all of them I should say, but like, the dagger, for example, has a really low like block radius, really low stamina. It's not very defensive of a class. But you take her for the dash. Also up in C tier, it's Huntsman. Now his invisibility gives him a little bit of survivability. I know, big words coming off the tongue right now. So that's nice, but it's a really long cooldown. He's still Huntsman, so he doesn't do that much damage. He can kind of, sort of, maybe help out with a monster and help out with specials, but at the end of the day, there are much better choices out there. Also in C tier, Waste Stalker. Now, Waste Stalker's not so bad, kinda. You take her for the team healing, right? She's got a talent that heals the entire party up to half health. That's what you bring her for. And maybe like her ultimate that kills, that she'll use like 3 times on the map. She actually does pretty decent melee damage, but the problem is, I don't know if it's something with the elf bot, but every once in a while there will be like an overhead, a very slow and obvious overhead, and she just won't block it, or she will block it and she'll block it with like no stamina. Like she won't dodge and get out of the way. She'll just stand there and hold up her dual daggers and try to take like the Chaos Warrior overhead, and she'll just die. That'll happen at least twice in a run with the Waste Stalker bot. So yeah, you bring her for the team healing, but she's almost guaranteed to die every time you take her. So it's a C tier for me. Up in B tier, we've got another elf, actually, the Shade. Now the Shade is a little bit better because she can help out with the monsters. She's got the invisibility for she can survive a little bit in panic situations if she needs to. But more than that, if you give her THP on kill, she can actually make pretty decent temp health, because she, does so much damage. So she kind of lives a little bit longer than the Waste Stalker. I wouldn't say she's, an amazing bot or anything, but B tier is about an average bot. Sure, why not? Also in B tier, we've got Slayer. Now you would think his Slayer does pretty good damage. He should be in like A or S, right? No. Here's the thing about bots. Bots don't really do that much damage. It doesn't really matter if you bring like a Ground Knight bot or if you bring like a Foot Knight bot. They're pretty much gonna do like the same amount of damage, unless you give one like a shield, then the shield will do even less. Like they always do like within 1,000 to 2,000 damage of each other. It's not really like, wow, this guy's running away with all the damage, I mean, unless one dies and the other one doesn't for the entire map, then yeah, it'll be different. But if they both survive for the entire map and they kill the same amount of enemies, it's just like it's gonna be the same amount of damage, more or less. So there's really not a whole lot of point in bringing a class that where all he has is like stacking melee damage. But kind of the redeeming thing about Slayer is that he has that talent that gives him 50% reduced damage, or half damage from elites, monsters, and I believe specials as well. The things that will kill you normally. The only problem is he will die to infantry eventually. But he's kind of a hybrid tank, I guess you could say. I don't know. He's just, yeah, he's okay. He's just not great. He's not horrible. He's just right in the middle, smack dab in the middle. That's Slayer for you. Also in B tier, Witch Hunter Captain. Now, Witch Hunter Captain has the highest potential for damage of all the bots. If you give him the Rapier Flen setup, the classic, crit ultimate setup, he can do probably more damage than any bot that'll be on this entire list throughout a run. That being said, you don't always have that happen. You kind of never know what you're going to get with Witch Hunter Captain. Sometimes he'll do a crap ton of damage, and sometimes he'll do less than like Huntsman. It just is what it is. It's weird. I don't know. And he takes a crap ton of damage too. He takes probably as much damage as Foot Knight does. So he'll die a lot, but he will give you good DPS sometimes. So he's in B tier for me. Up to A tier. Starting to get into the good ones. These are the ones you should actually use, by the way. First one is Mercenary. Now, Mercenary is pretty good. He's got a little bit more health than, some of these other classes, like Waystalker, Huntsman, Bounty Hunter. He's got that extra health. He's got that temp health ultimate. You got to set him up right. Set him up with that cooldown ultimate, so he's ulting, more frequently. That's going to keep your entire team alive and help you out. He will take a bunch of damage, but if he's making enough temp health, it kind of counteracts it and he can survive. Plus he gets damage reduction and more power from his ultimates. Not that it really matters that much. Not from his ultimates, from his talents. Not that it really matters that much, but it's a little bit of a helpful thing there. Up in A tier as well, Unchained. Now Unchained takes 50% reduced damage all the time because it's put into our overcharge, and the bot's actually not too bad at kind of dissipating that overcharge. It's not too bad at not overheating and exploding, especially with the abandoned talent now. It kind of just keeps this bot alive longer. Give her natural bond, give her the temp health ultimate, give her a fireball staff and the flail or something, and she'll be all right. She's not too bad. She's not going to do like tons and tons of damage, but the biggest thing that I require out of my bots is that they survive. I don't even care how much damage they do because I know they're all going to pretty much do the same amount of damage. It's going to be like 40% of the damage that I do as a player. So more or less, So it's like I don't really care about having a damage class so much as I just have a class that can survive. If I have a class that can do damage, sure, great. But more than anything, I want a bot that's not going to die and lose my Grim. So Unchained, pretty decent for that. Mercenary, pretty decent for that. Also in A tier, Ranger Veteran. Now he's kind of squishy, but remember he's got that temp health ultimate. Really, really good. Gives you attack speed as well. He has a chance not to consume healing. And he'll heal you, he'll heal other bots, he'll heal himself, and has a chance not to consume. That's very nice. He can drop all your supplies, everything you'll ever need. Pretty much Ranger Veteran can supply that at the risk of him dying probably at least 3 times in a map. he's pretty squishy. So, and his cooldown's kind of long, so it's not like Merc where he can make the temp health quite often. So it's, you know, he's pretty good. But I don't know, just a tad bit squishy for my liking. But I've got him in A tier, pretty good. And then one more class in A tier, and that is the Handmaiden. Now, the Handmaiden, you're going to take her for one thing only, and that's her stamina regen aura. But that thing is so helpful, dude. If you're playing Merc with a Tusk or Spear, you will never run out of stamina shields. It also helps to keep all your other bots alive, because your bots love to block, by the way. They love to stand still when enemies are completely surrounding them and just block. So taking a Handmaiden is very nice for keeping them alive as well. All right, now we're in S tier. This is what you guys came to see, right? The best of the best. Well, number one, you probably could have guessed, is Ironbreaker. Ironbreaker is like a Grim delivery service. Hey, do you want to finish this map with at least one Grim? Give it Ironbreaker, because this dude never dies. Give him Gromrail Curse. It'll knock enemies back. It'll save him from assassins sometimes. Give him a shield. He just doesn't die. Now, if you take like a Merc and a Handmaiden too, I mean, dude, he's like ultra strong. He's amazing. Give him Barkskin, give him Natural Bond, I wouldn't give him Boon. Like Barkskin or Natural Bond, dude, he will live till the end of the map. Absolutely do that. Take an Ironbreaker. Also in S tier, my personal favorite bot is Zealot. And here's why. Give him the Brace of Pistols, put Scrounger on him. This dude is like the only bot in the entire game that'll kill specials. Seriously, try it. Take it. Put him up against any other bot. Put him up against Stalker or Pyromancer or Huntsman or whoever. He will kill probably twice as many specials as those bots. I don't know why. He just does, you know. But you know, with his temp health generation, with his death resist, he's also quite tanky. He can take. I've had him take many Grims for me. You know, Ironbreaker and Zealot together. Give them both Grims. Play whoever you want. You can use potions. Oh my god, it's so nice. Zealot is my favorite bot because he just helps out with the specials, and the specials always, those are like the things I struggle with the most. So for me, Zealot is really good. It's kind of why I like all the A-class characters, like they give you temp health because they help keep the Zealot alive. This is kind of a nice thing. And then also in S tier, because he had to be here, it's Grail Knight. He's just like, he's the strongest class in the game. I mean, he can help out with monsters. He has a chance for the entire team to heal to full health. It's amazing. Like, it's just an amazing class. If he gets hit, he makes a bunch of temp health, you know. After 5 seconds, he makes temp health based off the damage he takes getting hit. It works with Boon Shalia. Give him that. Give him Natural Bond, whatever. You know, he has the sword. He has a shield. He's just great. He gives, you know, his buffs are nice. He's just really good. So that's the list, guys. In S tier, I've got Grail Knight, Zealot, and Ironbreaker. In A tier, I've got Merc, Unchained, Ranger Veteran, and Handmaiden. In B tier, Shade, Slayer, and Witch Hunter Captain. In C tier, Huntsman, Battle Wizard, and Waystalker. And then down in D tier, Bounty Hunter, Foot Knight, Pyromancer, and Outcast Engineer. If you enjoyed this list, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, maybe hit that notification bell if you really want to. I've got social media links in the description down below. Check those out. Join my Discord. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Guys, take it easy.